Hello, I have you all here to discuss the pathway of blood through the human heart. But first, before we get started, I'd like you all to introduce yourselves. We'll start with you, sir.
Hi, my name's Dale.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Kyle. Keeley.
Thank you very much. Okay, I do thank you all for being here today. And we're just going to go over the significance of your heart and why it is so important. The heart is actually gets confused several times with being an organ. It is not. It is a muscle. In order to survive, you have to have, of course, your heart and your brain. Without functionality of either, a human cannot survive without the use of medical equipment. The pathway of blood through the heart actually gets a bit complex. If you think about a roller coaster ride, that is pretty much what it's like. You start with the blood flow beginning in the right atrium of the heart through the tricuspid valve. And while the heart is in diastole, which is a resting position, so basically when your heart pumps, it's systole and diastole. So diastole is when the blood flows into the right ventricle through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary trunk. Then it makes a sharp left turn into the right pulmonary artery, which brings us to the lungs. Once in the lungs, that's when the blood gets oxygenated, which is how it needs to be in order to flow through the rest of your body for proper functionality. It leaves through the left superior pulmonary vein and then into the left atrium. So now we are on the opposite side of the heart. We then go through the mitral valve into the left ventricle through the aortic valve into the ascending aorta, through the aortic arch. And if you think of the arch, it's almost similar to the top of the roller coaster just before you plummet down. And there is when I'm going to actually stop, because the blood then goes to different parts of the body, and that would be a whole different explanation and I don't want to confuse all of you this evening. So just another quick fact about the heart. The muscle that it is a striated muscle composed of cells with a centrally located nucleus, and these cells are joined by specialized cell junctions, and they are called intercalated discs. So the reason that I decided to elaborate on this subject for you all today is to inform you of the importance of knowing this flow and why it happens. If you don't have a proper flow, it could lead to several disorders and several issues throughout your body, to where you would end up in the hospital or even, unfortunately, dead. So it is very important that you take care of yourself and your health and know the process of the blood flow through the heart. I want to thank you all so much for being here today. Hopefully you learned a little bit of information about the blood flow. If you have any questions, feel free to stay after this evening, and I'd be happy to answer any of them. And just a quick overview of the professors and others responsible for the information that I have provided to you today. Thanks to Serena Bupolant, editor of A Brief Atlas of the Human Body. Also, Sandrine, first name Susan, she helped with the editing of the Human Body coloring book, The Ultimate Anatomy Study Guide. And then Professor Sue Schumann, who teaches at St. Petersburg College. Again, thank you so very much. Have a great night.
Thank you.